Bien, bonjour everyone. I am Matt Mata and this is a patch review video. So let's jump right in. Never mind. Before we actually start, I have to say this is legitimately the worst patch we've had in quite a while. This is not to say that this is a bad patch, because every patch we've had for so long, I can't remember the last bad patch we had. Every patch have been on point for such a long time. Like, they have so much credit to blow. But that patch is just under the rest. It's not a bad patch, but there are a few things that are, to me, very wrong. So yeah, let's just go with the video. Um,
Introducing a brand new
Actually,
event,
the
Supreme
very
Strife. In
first
this
thing,
high-stakes
yeah,
battlefield, you
Supreme
can team up
Strife
with other governors across kingdoms
is a
and take
massive
on a
fail.
fast-paced elimination tournament.
This event is made for the best fighters in Rise of Kingdoms. To participate, you will need to be in Season of Conquest and have a City Hall level of 25.
Once Supreme Strife begins, you can create or
So look, already here, I mean, everything is here. So they will say it a bit later. This is a 4-hour fight every Saturday. Um, this says it all. This is a mistake. I mean, I do not know what is the target audience of Rise of Kingdoms, but only kids and students can afford to spend 4 hours every Saturday for 4 Saturdays in a row. Like, come on. Maybe I'm taking my specific case and uh, assuming this I'm the base case, but like I'm 30 years old, and I have a kid, 1 year old. And trust me, she's definitely not letting me 4 hours straight playing a video game every Saturday for 4 Saturdays in a row. I'm not gonna lie, maybe I'm wrong, alright? Maybe I'm wrong, but I do not think that a real time strategy game, that is, by the way, through city builder games on mobile, is uh, like the mainstream game for kids and students. Usually, kids nowadays like more fast-paced games. All right, so I'm not sure that creating a game mode that caters to an audience that is not your core audience. Again, maybe I'm wrong. All right, Lilith probably has a number. So I'm assuming that, yes, I'm not making a mistake, but from my external point of view, from like kind of a noob point of view, I'm not sure that this is actually the right target. 4 hours is very long. I'm in a small A top B tier seed kingdom, and I'm struggling to get 15 players to play Ark of Osiris. All right, and they want me to create an even bigger team. All right, so I know you can create team cross kingdoms. All right, which is nice, but not gonna lie, I'd like to play that game more. I mean, it seems very interesting. All right, but it's too long. It's way too long. I cannot play it. Maybe I can play it one time, but definitely not 4 matches in a row. I can't. So I'm assuming you actually watch the video in its entirety. I'm just gonna comment on the 5 million returning deads. So not a lot of people actually have 5 million troops to lose. All right, that's 50 million powers. I do have them, and I wish I did not. All right, I have too much power. I'm really trying to drop it. Like, yeah, I have slightly above what is required. Like, you need 5 million T5 to play that game mode. And if you do, well, you're fine. So basically, what does that mean? Well, everyone can play it. So that's nice. I mean, they are very lenient with the dead return ratio, right? You have 5 million for free. Baseline, you have 5 million returning troops. A lot of people do not even have 5 million troops. I do, but I'm very way too high power for my spending level, which, by the way, I'm a very low spender. So, right, that's a very good thing. Yeah, the reward seems very nice, and I really wish I was able to play it. So let's just let's
and
jump right
rewards
into the
based on
rewards.
attack status.
Yeah, I
After
mean, look at this. Yeah, that's a lot of gold heads, even if it's once every 2 months. So that's where's my calculator? All right, so that's 20 gold head divided by 2 months. That's 60 days basically. Yeah, that's not nothing. Considering if you watch my gold head economy video, yeah, uh, if the baseline is 6 gold head a day, that's pretty decent. That's quite an improvement. That's almost 5% plus everything else on the side, like quite a lot of gems. Even if you're not rank one,
the final match, participants will earn the following.
I mean, yeah, that's a lot of gems, all right. But that's also a lot of time spent. So yeah, that kind of sucks. So the new engineering commanders, all right. I'm trying to make that video kind of short. I already spoke a lot about Supreme Strife. They are kind of irrelevant. Maybe if I have time and if I care, I will actually try to math them out and see if there is something very fancy, very funny, very broken about them. Uh, yeah, I mean, there are season 2 commanders. I know one of them. I forgot which one. I think it's Archimede. Archimede. I don't know how you call him. In French, it's Archimede. Have a massive debuff, like 50% more normal damage, no, more normal range damage taken, or something like this. Seems broken, but I forgot the duration. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's range. I hate range. I think by now you know it. Yeah, like we shouldn't care about range, and I still do not understand why they keep catering to that. I mean, because it's season 2, they really want their formation system to make sense, so they're trying to make it so that whenever you pull for formation, you actually have value out of it. That's why they reworked Bertrand. That's why they reworked CJ. Uh,
Gem
yeah,
update.
that's
Museum
it.
relics for
Maybe if I really care, I'm gonna make a video about specifically about the engineering commanders. So as for the relic, well, can now only Mulan is used in Canyon sometimes. I mean, for some players,
Mulan,
so
Caesar,
kinda relevant.
Ragnar,
By the way, Caesar, for sometimes when I was making my Queen video, I thought, yeah, because you can machine gun the active skill of Caesar so fast, it might actually be decent. But sadly, the rest of the kit is too bad. All right, let's jump quickly. Where is Caesar? I have no damn idea where is my Caesar. Where is he? All right, he's here. All right. Along 25% plus 30%, that's 55% more damage. That's quite a lot. But you have basically no active skill because your active skill is just more all damage. So yeah, just bring YSG and off one skill, you have more than that. The second skill is very strong. That's a lot less damage, but you have their skill and a good but not god tier skill. The expertise is the active skill, so basically you have a 2.5 skill, which kind of sucks. Like 2.5 compared to YSG, I mean. So yeah, all right. YSG also have that skill, but I mean, yeah. If they really want to bring back those commanders, just get rid of that skill like this and just give them real skill, like rework them, get rid of garrisoning and rally specific skills, and suddenly we can talk. And then only we can talk about those commanders.
Ragnar,
So right now, is just a different uh, Caesar. I mean, they are both the same. They have a very potent buff on their active skill, and that's it.
and Mehmed II.
So Mehmed is very nice. I mean, 40% health is amazing, but yeah, who cares? Uh, Cavalry is already loaded with health. Archer is now kinda loaded with health. So maybe for infantry, but who are you pairing a skill damage commander with? Like infantry is kinda going the full smite path. So yeah, maybe for now it can be nice if you only have either Ragnar Prime, obviously, or Scipio, but not both. and that's the only case where I see that one being relevant. All right. So yeah, it's kind of Mulan, and that's
can now
all.
be upgraded by another level.
Next up, let's take a
And then we have the PVE event. Like Phantom Room seems nice, and I've seen people complain that yeah, you need to spend a lot of gems to pull that thing on max of the store. But bro, that's nice. I mean, yeah, spend money to get cosmetics. That's very nice. Because if you do, if a game company does that, they do not need to make people spend money to get game advantages like Crystal Tech. And guess what? They just improved Crystal Tech for free to plays. So yeah, you know what? If I'm bound to get nothing out of it, and trust me, I do love useless things, all right? It's cosmetic, that means it's useless, and because it's useless, it's mandatory, all right? I know my memes, all right? But if I'm bound to get nothing until the very end of times, but the game actually gets better, sign me in. Sign me in, all right? That's a very good thing, all right? Uh, yeah, and if you really like cosmetics and have money to spare, well, spend in the game and improve the game. I mean, give money to the developers so that they can keep landing good patch after good patch after good patch. That one has flaws, alright, but it's a new game mode. It's only a new game mode. So far, I have another thing that I have to criticize later on, but it's just a new game mode. If you do not enjoy it, well, just skip it. But I wish I could say that, but because of the rewards, you kind of forced to play it because the rewards are massive. So yeah. By the way, I didn't read it through it all, but that's a lot of death. So does it count to your actual death count over here? Where is it? More info. Will it be added here? I that would be massive. Like you basically get 5 million dead every week, every other month. That
dream ticket.
seems unrealistic. Maybe it's a different counter, and I wish it is because you could way too easily inflate that number.
Can be used in the Dream Shop to purchase
So yeah, Dream Shop. Let's just skip it. Combo optimization. There are a lot of good things in there. All right, but it's kind of a matter of opinion. Like, do you want thin or medium or thick?
grouped in
But
one
yeah,
place.
In addition to that, you now have
because because you can actually kind of customize the way you want. This is a very good change, and that's why that patch is not garbage. There are a lot of good things. The Fountain of Dreams is good. New Engineering Commanders. I mean, yeah. I'm biased. Biased. I don't know. I mean, I hate Engineering Commanders, so I'm not a good, fair um, advice or opinion. All right, so let's just skip it. Combat optimization is good. And why do we have any other changes? And that's where I have another thing to criticize quite strongly.
First, great news for anyone managing their equipment. Dismantling legendary
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that one. So it's a buff, but it's also a middle finger made to the player base. Like, yeah, everyone asked. Personally, I did not because I don't care that much. I didn't make that many or that impactful mistakes with my legendary gear. But a lot of players ask for a full refund, and they give you a full refund under condition, and under conditions that is kinda garbage, not gonna lie. This is safe to assume that the 100% refund is only for the crafting cost and not for the refining cost. And because of that, yeah, that's a middle finger to the player base. Yeah, I'm not fine with it. I kind of forgot that one. But again, it's kind of minor. I mean, it's like it didn't change anything, but I actually rather that it didn't change anything because yeah, that seems kind of insulting. But not a minor thing, all right, a minor thing. I think my Supreme Strife comment is more important.
gear like that before this update. Don't worry, you'll get compensated via in-game mail within a week of the update
Yeah, but
going live.
who did that? Who actually, in their right mind, actually dismantled something? with a special talent. Like no one did that.
Next, Alliance Management is getting a quality of life upgrade. We're splitting officer management permissions into 6.
So that's very good. That's insanely very good. Uh, I wonder if the new titles that they display a bit later actually have buffs. I think they don't, and I think they're just kind of flavor titles just to customize well the leadership thingies. So
Categories:
that's very good.
info,
That's very good.
member,
That's a massive
internal,
change and a
building,
very good
group.
change.
Last but not least, let's take a quick look at the holiday events. This summer's event lineup includes Esmeralda's Prayer.
Yeah, by the way, Esmeralda's Prayer is a very slept on event. I think it's on par with the 7K gem event, but for materials, and you actually care more about materials than gold heads. So yeah, it's a very good event.
Esmeralda's Collection, Arms Training, and Tempest Clash.
That wraps up our longer than usual update video.
What are you most excited about? Drop.
Oh wait, did I skip the rage thingy on the marsh pit thingy? Where is it? I didn't skip it. Where is it? Oh, maybe in combat optimization. Where would they mention it? All right, it's here. So they didn't show it because there is nothing actually in the game showing it, but they fixed or nerfed, as you want to say, the rage loading. If you do not know what I'm talking about, you could charge rage on one of your marches through buffs. For instance, Epic Jan, where is it? Where is she? All right. If you use such skills on a march idle nearby, it would actually load rage. Whenever that march would actually enter fight, as long as it's not like 10 minutes later, like if your march actually enter fights while she's still kind of getting rage, she will start the fight with 1000 rage and instantly pop its active skill. So they're getting rid of this, and yeah, I mean it's not that massive of a change. There are two things that come to my mind, and it's very funny because they are just, I mean, in the next event, we are getting, where is it? Where are we? We are getting lower training. Where is it? It's here, all right. We are getting lower heart training. And this is what the first thing that gets massively nerfed. Because if you wanted to rank very well in arms training without being a massive whale, well, you could just rage load and massively buff your march, and suddenly you would rank very well. So they're getting rid of it. And the other thing that is massively nerfed is Champions of Olympia. If you didn't watch my guide, well, do it quickly because in less than a week my guide is made irrelevant and I have to make a new one. So it's very funny because every time I make a video about a broken mechanic or something very abusable, it's getting fixed like so fast afterwards. I don't know why. I mean, I'm basically no one. I don't have many subscribers and I don't have many views, and yet, I mean, I'm the one that mentioned that proved that Zhuge Liang's 4 skill was poorly written, and it has been fixed, and I don't know when it has been. So, but my Champions of Olympia video is very recent, like maybe 1 or 2 months later, they're fixing it. They're fixing it. So yeah, I have no idea how it's gonna impact the meta. I think you're actually gonna run. You are gonna keep running leadership as the best thing, or maybe Archer for the stun. But if you keep running leadership, I think you're actually gonna get rid of the leadership march, and you're just gonna run the best infantry, the best cavalry, and the best infantry march as leadership. That might be how the meta is gonna settle. Or you're just gonna go full archer and stun one march and be three march versus two. Maybe. I'm not sure. And as for the march speed, yeah, the march speed is very important, and I think this is a long Supreme Strife mistake. Right. I'm gonna take an example, and it's actually an example of a game I actually did not play. All right, and this is Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption 1 is considered a a game of the year game. Like it's a very good game. All right, I have not played it, but I know it's considered a very good game. And when there is number two, when there is Red Dead Redemption 2, well, it was considered a lesser game. And why is that? Well, there were a few flaws, but one that stick to my mind as someone that didn't play it and someone that kind of enjoy game talk and game development. Well, it was the goddamn horse. Like everyone was complaining about the horse. What did they do to the horse riding? Well, in Red Dead Redemption 2, they wanted to make it more realistic, more logical, like the change they're making to the marsh pit. And so, to make it more realistic, you had to make very frequent breaks to feed your horse and to let your horse rest. Yeah, does that sound stupid? Yes, it is. This is stupid. This is a video game, not some damn simulator. All right, a game is made to be fun, and forcing the player to make breaks to feed and water your horse is not fun. And so is the march pitch change. I mean, everything is gonna be slower. You're gonna grab a rune, it's gonna be slower, both for grabbing the rune and for coming back to your city. You're gonna even gathering is gonna be slower. You're gonna get back to your city to gather. Yeah, it's gonna be slower. Or even for instance, let's check. Let's say for instance I'm here and I want to gather here. Well, it's gonna be slower because the wall pass around here. I'm not on territory, so I'm gonna be slower. So gathering is slower, getting a rune is slower, taking a bar force. Let's say I'm taking a bar force at here. Yeah, I'm not getting the marsh pit both on the on my way to it, or maybe a quarter, and I'm not getting the marsh pit on the way back. So let's say the bar force is here. I get no marsh pit on my way to, but I get full marsh pit on the way back, so that's 50%. And in that case, like it's maybe let's say a quarter. So I get a quarter on my way to, a quarter on my way back. So it's kind of even. But what if the rally is here? And by the way, I just did a rally here. All right. So I get way less marsh speed. All right. Everything is gonna be slower. Um, I just did a barb keep, the one that is where is it here? All right. That means I basically have no march speed whatsoever. No, I went through here and here. So yeah, I will get no march speed coming back from that. On same goes here. When I do that one, I actually walk here or here to get the march speed, but actually not. I'm actually not gonna get it because I'm gonna walk here and here. So yeah, everything is gonna be slower. Running around for whatever is going to be slower. The only argument in favor of that was chasing farm killers. And I thought to myself, dude, have you ever chased or be a farm killer? Because no, it's not going to change anything. Because I've been a farm killer and I've chased farm killers. Let's say, for instance, the farm killer is here and is jumping toward here. Well, the farm killer cannot get the bonus march speed, assuming his city is on the north. But as a farm killer chaser, I can target here and chase him faster all on this way, whereas he could not. So yeah, there are situations in farm killing where it's going to be beneficial, and situations in farm chasing where it's going to be beneficial. I mean, it kind of ends up the same. So yeah, maybe I'm stupid, but I already tried for a very long time to find a situation where it's better, and I couldn't find a single one. Battle is going to be more boring. Like if you get dragged in during a board fight and you press retreat, well, you're not going to get the march speed boost. You're going to get crushed. So you could say, yeah, I'm going to crush more people that can't retreat, can't abuse that on retreats. But yeah, I think like basically, fight is kind of unchanged. I mean, everything is getting dunked, but the PvE side, like the everyday march speed has been drastically nerfed, and that's a massive mistake. Like, this is boring. Watching my march go through a rune and come back from that rune is not cool. I mean, maybe I'm gonna lose 30 seconds because of that. Like, look where I'm standing. Like, I'm standing, yeah, what, yeah, 65. Where is it? Right, 70 kilometers away from the last temple with runes. Yeah, that's maybe 30 seconds every time I go in and go back. So yeah, I think that this is a mistake. Um, truthfully, yeah, that and the Supreme Strife thingy are, yeah, mistakes. All right, those are minor mistakes, but they are mistakes and they need to be called out as mistakes. But as I said, there are good things in that patch, like make spender spend money on cosmetics. Yeah, Esmeralda's prayer is nice, but it's only a seasonal event, right? Uh, yeah, there's customization of quick commands, yeah, the combat interface customization is very nice. All right, there are good things in that patch, and that's why it's not a bad patch, but it's a patch with flow. Um, we haven't got one for quite a while, or at least not as many or as impactful flows. So yeah, the lesser patch of a very long series. So yeah, I sound maybe kind of disheartened or kind of sad, but actually it's still a decent patch, all right. But because it's clearly the weakest one of a for a very long time, yeah, that's why maybe I sound kind of salty or ranting. I guess I'm ranting, all right. This is the lesser patch. The rage change is impactful, but I'm okay with it. COO needed a meta change, and low hours training is gonna be better because you're not gonna spend 2 hours rage loading and buffing your march. It's gonna be much faster. So thank you. It's gonna probably nerf my ranking, but I'm fine with it. It was a boring thing to do. So fixing a boring thing to do, even if it's nerfing me as a person, I'm okay with it. I'm gonna spend less time on it, and I'm just gonna get over it because at the end of the day, it's a video game, right? Um, Making me spend less time on something unfun is actually improving my overall fun. Unlike the goddamn march speed change that is increasing my overall unfun while playing the game because I'm gonna watch my goddamn Belisarius walk and come back, and it's not fun. It's boring to watch a march while march. All right, as much as I enjoy Belisarius, he's not. He doesn't have a big rack and doesn't have a big booty, so yeah, that's not very fun to watch. All right. All right, with that massive joke, I think that concludes the video. Yeah, hey, it is getting late. I had a rough day, and tomorrow I have an insane day. So, thank you for watching, and forgive for that very terrible joke at the end. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.